India, from the States, America. So it was it was actually an international gathering of all devotees. That also made it even more successful. So it's nice to see all devotees come together. And most of them have not met each other, so they all seen in each other on Zoom. But to get their personal association was another added advantage. So it was, a very good, I would say, time to spend meeting all nice devotees. Avais came. So I hope those who did not come, they can make some effort to, you know, come next year maybe. That'll be very nice. So anyone has any questions or anything you want to share that we all can discuss, please feel free to raise them.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my question today is, whatever is mentioned in the Puranas are true, and in the Shiva Purana, Rudra Samhita, Srishti Kanda, it is mentioned that Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu got into a fight as who is the supreme between each other. And then Lord Shiva came and resolved the issue as he is the supreme. And there is also another instance where it is mentioned that Lord Vishnu prayed to Lord Shiva with 1,000 lotus flower, and Lord Shiva got very much pleased, and he gave him a Sudarshan Chakra. So, such instances are mentioned. Did it really happen? It's completely differing from Bhagavad Puran. So, did it really happen? Which is mentioned in Shiv Puran.
So, in the Shiva Puranam or any Puranam for the matter you read, they all will proclaim their particular God as the supreme. So this verse has been quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said this, it says that in this place here, give me a minute, huh?
Okay, bro.
I just take out the verse for you so you can see. You want to read this?
Okay, bro. There are many types of Vedic literatures and supplementary Puranas. In each of them, there are particular demigods who are spoken of as the chief demigods. This is just to create an illusion for moving and non-moving living entities. Let them perpetually engage in such imaginations. However, when one analytically studies all the Vedic literatures collectively, he comes to the conclusion that Lord Vishnu is the one and only Supreme Personality of Godhead.
This verse is from Padma Puranam.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Huh? Are you understanding?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
So all these stories that you hear, maybe in that Puran, maybe for to create an illusion. It says here, no? See,
Yes, bro.
it says here to create just to what? This is just to create an illusion for moving and non-moving living entities.
Yes, bro.
Understand? Let them perpetually engage in such imagination. Understand?
Yes, bro.
However, when one analytically studies all this Vedic literature, collectively he comes to the conclusion that Lord Vishnu is the one and only supreme personality of Godhead. Huh?
Yes, bro.
Hello? Yes?
Yes, bro. So does that mean those instances did not took place? It was just simply written.
What?
Like Lord Vishnu praying to Shiva, such things did not take place.
Vishnu praying to Lord Shiva?
Yes, bro.
I don't think so, because demigods, they always worship the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yes, bro.
Understand? Of course, they will quote, no, Ram worship Shiva and before he goes to Lanka. So you see, that's why it's called Rameshwara.
Yes, bro.
But how you understand the mind of Lord Ram? Huh? Hmm? Just like Yashoda, she was more powerful than Krishna, she was binding him up. So does it mean that Yashoda is more important than Krishna? Hello?
No, bro.
You understand? That's why if you want to understand all these things, you must go through a spiritual master.
Yes, bro.
Understand? If you don't go through a spiritual master, you cannot understand all these things.
Yes,
Hmm? Understand now?
yes, bro.
Hmm? That's why you need a spiritual master, because you go and buy the books, you read all the Vedas like that, you cannot understand, no? Correct?
Yes, bro.
Hmm. So you will hear this story from Shiva Puran, you hear that story from that Puran and this Puran. It only become confusion for you. You understand?
Yes,
Hmm? You follow?
yes, bro. Yeah.
Huh? So therefore, you must learn these things with the help of the Acharya. You follow?
Yes, bro.
Hmm? If you don't have an Acharya to teach you, how you'll understand? Huh? Cannot. You can see here in this verse, one becomes a bookworm, reading many books and scriptures and hearing many commentaries and the instruction of many men. This will produce doubt within his heart. One cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. You understand?
Yes, bro.
Hmm? So how to go across this problem? You can read this purport.
In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Granthan Naiva Yaset Bahuna Vakyam Upayunjita. One should not read many books, nor should one try to make a profession of reciting many books, especially if one is a devotee. One must give up the ambition to be learned scholar and in this way earn a worldly reputation and financial facilities. If one diverts his attentions to studying many books, he cannot fix his mind in devotional service, nor can he understand many scriptures, for they are full of grave statements and meanings. In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives his opinion that those who are attracted to studying many kind of literature concerning various subject matters, especially fruitive activities and philosophical speculations, are deprived of unalloyed devotional service because of their displayed attention. Man has a general tendency toward fruitive activities, religious ritualistic ceremonies, and philosophical speculation. A living entity, thus bewildered since time immemorial, does not understand the real goal of life, and thus his activities in life are wasted. Innocent persons misled in this way are deprived of unalloyed Krishna Bhakti, devotional service to the Lord. Tapana Mishra is a vivid example of such a person. He was a learned scholar, but he could not ascertain what the goal of life is. Therefore, he was given a chance to hear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructing Sanatana Goswami. Lord Chaitanya's instruction to Tapana Mishra is especially significant for persons who loiter here and there collecting books and reading none of them, thus becoming bewildered regarding the aim of life.
You understand this?
Yes,
Huh?
yes,
So in the Bhagavatam also this question was there that who is the supreme,
yes,
Huh? You understand?
yes, bro.
So we will go and read that. Huh? That sages were assembled and then they wanted to find out who is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yes, bro.
So we can read that. You see here. This is the authoritative statement because Bhagavatam is the last book written by Veda Vyas, no?
Yes, bro.
Correct?
Yes, bro.
So here you can see, we will read the verses. No? Can someone want to read?
Okay. Once, O king, as a group of sages were performing a Vedic sacrifice on the banks of the Saraswati river, a controversy arose among them as to which of the three chief deities is supreme.
So they want to know Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, who is the supreme. Hmm?
Yes, yes,
So they appointed, eager to resolve this question, O king, the sages sent Lord Brahma's son Brigu to find the answer. First he went to his father's court, to
yes,
Lord Brahma, to test how well Lord Brahma was situated in the mood of goodness. Brigu failed to bow down to him or glorify him with prayers. The Lord became angry at him, inflamed in fury by his own passion. So he went there and deliberately offended Lord Brahma mentally.
yes,
He did not pay, and Lord Brahma became very angry. Right?
yes,
Through, through though anger towards his son was now rising within his heart, Lord Brahma was able to subdue it by applying his intelligence. The same way that fire is extinguished by its own product, water. So Brahma was angry. Then Bhrigu then went to Mount Kailas, where there Lord Shiva stood up and happily came forward to embrace his brother. But Bhrigu refused his embrace, telling him, "You are a deviant heretic." At this, Lord Shiva became angry and his eyes burned ferociously. He raised his trident and was about to kill Bhrigu when Goddess Devi fell at his feet and spoke some words to pacify him. Bhrigu then left that place and went to Vaikuntha where Lord Janardana resides. So here in Brahma, he mentally abused him and he got angry. Now here with Lord Shiva, he abused him with words. You
yes, bro.
understand? Huh? Understand? So
Yes,
Lord Shiva became angry. Hmm? Then he went to then he went up to the Supreme Lord who was lying with his head on the lap of his consort Sri and kicked him on the chest. So here he physically abused the Lord. The Lord then rose along with goddess Lakshmi as a sign of respect. Coming down from his bedstead, the Supreme goal of all pure devotees bowed his head to the floor before the sage and told him, "Welcome, Brahmana, please sit in this chair and rest a while. Kindly forgive us, dear master, for not noticing your arrival." So here he offended the Lord by kicking him, and the Lord not angry, he pacified. He said, my heart is, please purify me and my realm and realms of the universal rulers devoted to me by giving us the water that has washed your feet. This holy water is indeed that makes all places of pilgrimage sacred. Today, my Lord, I have become the exclusive shelter of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. She will consent to reside in my chest because your food has rid it of all scenes. You see how the Lord spoke.
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
So then Bhrigu felt satisfied. Sukadev Goswami said, Bhrigu felt satisfied and is delighted to hear the solemn words spoken by Lord Vaikunthan. Overwhelmed with devotion as he remained silent, his eyes brimming with tears. So he was convinced who is the Supreme. O Bhrigu, O King, Bhrigu then returned to the sacrificial arena of the wise Vedic authority and described his entire experience to them. Amazed upon hearing Bhrigu's account, the sages were free from all doubts and became convinced that Vishnu is the greatest Lord. From him come peace, fearlessness, essential principles of religion, detachment with knowledge, the eightfold powers of mystic yoga, and his glorification, which cleanses the mind of all impurities. He is known as the supreme destination for those who are peaceful and equipoised, the selfless, wise saints who have given up all violence. His most dear form is that of pure goodness, and the Brahmanas are his worshipable deities. Persons of keen intellect who have attained spiritual peace worship him without selfish motives. So you see how the conclusion,
Yes, sir.
huh? The Lord expands to three kinds of manifest beings, the Rakshasas, the demons, and demigods, all of whom were created by Lord's material energies conditioned by a modes. But among these three modes, there is the mode of goodness which is meant for attaining life's final success. And Lord Vishnu is in charge of this mode of goodness. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sukadev Goswami said the learned Brahmanas living along the river Saraswati came to this conclusion in order to dispel the doubts of all people. Thereafter, they rendered devotional service to Supreme Lord's lotus feet and attained his abode. See that?
Yes, sir.
Ah. So I don't know all this story about this, all these guys are speaking, but it doesn't make sense. Hmm? Understand?
Yes, sir. And what's the purpose of writing a scripture which creates illusion, Prabhu?
Because there are people who are in the mode of passion, they will be attracted to passionate things. The mode is, as they surrender, I reward them accordingly. Then, in the heart, if they are so much keen in worshipping the demigod, then Krishna will send them to the demigods. Correct?
Yes, sir.
In that way, they will surrender to the demigods and get all their material desires fulfilled. At least in that way, they will understand there's an authority.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So from that, they slowly will climb to come to the point. If they are lucky to meet a devotee and understand, that's why Krishna says, after many births, one who knows that I am all in all, Vasudevam Sarvam Isat, it's a very rare and great soul.
Hmm.
Hmm? Understand?
Yes, sir.
The whole conclusion is to become Krishna conscious, and it takes many lifetimes.
Yes, sir.
You follow?
Yes, sir. Hmm.
So many people are attracted to, especially, demigods because they want some material benefit. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So they also like to hear stories about their demigod as being supreme, and they are very, in that way they will become very much devoted. Hmm. Yes.
Yes.
This is how the Lord has arranged. But if they happen to meet a devotee, then their life will change. Hmm?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Huh? Demigod worship cannot bring you to worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only by meeting the devotees you can develop that attachment.
Okay.
Hmm? You follow? Hmm?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yes, bro.
Hmm. So all these stories about the lotus and Lord Shiva and all, Lord Shiva himself says no. You can see what Lord Shiva is saying. Lord Shiva is also saying here. You see all the praise of Lord Shiva is praying like this. Because these people, they will never accept, no. Hmm?
Yes.
Huh? Lord Shiva, the most powerful demigod, second only to Lord Vishnu, is self-sufficient, although he has nothing to aspire for the material world. For the benefit of those in the material world, he is always busily engaged everywhere and is accompanied by dangerous energies like Goddess Kali and Goddess Durga. Eh?
Yeah.
Lord Shiva, is not some small-time personality, but he is second to Lord Vishnu. He is not, you know, ah, so the Prasetas, they had a chance to meet him,
Yeah.
and then the sons met Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva met the sons. Lord Shiva continued, any person who is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the control of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me. Hello?
Yes, bro.
Huh? Can you see the word Krishna here? Vasudevam. Huh?
Yes, bro.
So why would Lord Shiva say something like this if he is the Supreme? Huh? Hello?
Yes, bro.
Hmm? Hmm. Understand?
Yes, bro.
Lord Shiva then says, a person who executes his occupational duty properly for 100 births becomes qualified to occupy the post of Brahma. And if he becomes more qualified, he can approach Lord Shiva. A person who is directly surrendered to Lord Krishna or Vishnu in unalloyed devotional service is immediately promoted to spiritual planets. Lord Shiva and other demigods attain this planet after the destruction of this material world. Hello, why would Lord Shiva say this? Hmm?
Yes.
You understand or not?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Huh? Hello?
Yes, bro.
So I don't think they want to hear all this thing from us. Huh?
Hmm.
Correct?
Yes, bro.
They will think that all this, you, all Vaishnavas, they make up all this story. Huh?
Yes, bro.
Yes. Yes or not?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Hmm? We all are, we are bogus. Huh? Correct?
Yes, bro.
So you see how these guys, they will say so many crazy things, no? Hmm? I don't know.
Yes, bro.
Hmm? So we want to show you one thing that will completely, Lord Shiva, he went and saw the Mohini form of the Lord, no?
Yeah.
Correct? Huh?
Yes, bro.
And then after he was defeated by Mohini, then Lord Shiva says, to Durga. It says that you asked me the question, I've been meditating on who I've been meditating for thousands of years, no?
Yeah.
Then she said, this is my Lord that I've been meditating on for thousands of years. Hmm?
Yes, bro.
So you see how this whole thing is. Uh, okay, let me get to the verse. Show you the verse so that you can understand. Lord Shiva is become bewildered by the Mohini form. Uh, so here you can see Lord Shiva said, O goddess, you have now seen the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the unborn master of everyone. Although I am one of the principal expansion of his Lordship, even I was illusioned by his energy. What then is to be said of others who fully depend on Maya, fully dependent on Maya? Hmm? When
Yeah.
I finished performing mystic yoga for 1000 years, you asked me upon whom I was meditating. Now here is that Supreme Person to whom time has no entrance, whom the Vedas cannot understand. Hmm?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, bro.
And, oh. So does this show that Lord Shiva is the Supreme? Sukadev Goswami said, My dear king, the person who bore the great mountain on his back for the churning of the ocean of milk, the same supreme personality of Godhead known as Sharanga Dhan. I have now described to you his prowess. Hmm?
Yes.
So does this show that the Lord Shiva is the supreme? Hello?
No. No, bro.
So of course they will argue, these people who are not accepting the facts, what they will do, they will just simply argue, no? Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why to understand all these things, you need mercy of the Lord, no? Eh?
Yes, bro.
The mercy of the Lord, how you can understand this? Hmm? It's not possible to understand all this, no? Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead who possesses unlimited transcendental qualities. Acting from within the core of the hearts of all philosophers who propagate various views, he cursed them to forget their own soul while sometimes agreeing and sometimes disagreeing among themselves. Thus, he creates within this material world a situation in which they are unable to come to a conclusion. I offer my obeisance unto him. You understand? If you are only a devotee, then Krishna will reveal these things.
Yeah.
If you are not his devotee, then he will make all this, confusion.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yes. Uh, Today I've understood that other scriptures are just to create illusion, Prabhu. But one thing is that um, so whatever it is written is that can we take it as false? It is not true. Should we take it like that? Because it is completely the opposite of Bhagavad Purana. Whatever is written is it's just the opposite of.
Most, you must have a guru. You don't have a guru, you cannot understand all these things, you see.
Okay.
You understand? That's why Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, you must go to a self-realized soul, inquire from him submissively. Surrender, inquire from him submissively, and then you do the service. Then you will understand. If you don't do this thing, then it's not possible to understand Krishna. It's difficult.
Okay.
Then it is not something that, anybody and everybody. No, you must have a lot of piety. You must have done a lot of, some good service. Ah, otherwise, it's very difficult. Hmm?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So people who are becoming devotees, they must have done something in the last life. Yeah? येषं तु अन्तगतपापं जनानं पुण्यकर्मणं ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दत्तवतः. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, sons who have acted piously in previous life and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the dualities of illusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. You understand? You see, it is not some chance or some what a cheap program that you become a devotee of Krishna. It's not that. You follow. And if people are illusion, because they want to be in illusion, so Krishna create that illusion for them. Hmm?
Yeah.
You understand? He explains that in this verse. I'm in everyone's heart as super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity.
Sleep below. Why up?
Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand?
Yeah.
Thing is directed by Krishna. It is not that simply, they go here and there. It is all Krishna is in the heart. It says, yeah, I'm in everyone's heart as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Hmm?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then you will claim Shiva is the supreme. No, Shiva, the lotus and Brahma, he came down from the swan and this and that. Brahma apparently cheated, and that way,
Yes.
Vishnu. I mean, listen. Ah,
Yes.
can I understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Lord Shiva came out from the forehead of Brahma? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So we have to, therefore, understand all this properly. If Lord Shiva is the supreme, when Arjuna asked Krishna to show him his topmost form, what did he show the form of Lord Shiva? Why? If they say Lord Shiva is the supreme, Krishna has come and Arjuna is asking, no, correct? Show me your
Yes.
topmost form. He could have shown the form of Lord Shiva. One. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hello? Why did he show him the Lord Shiva form? Because Lord Shiva is not the supreme. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
So all this kind of speculations, come on. Hmm? Endeavor with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desire. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Krishna is fulfilling that. Ah,
Yes,
understand? Not the demigod. Hmm? Understand or not? Hello?
yes, yes,
So why not go to Krishna directly? That's intelligence. Huh? Yes?
yes, sir.
You follow?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, Lord Shiva will not make the mistake that saying he is the supreme. That he will not do. People who are bewildered, they will always say so many things. Even what Hiranyakashipu was saying, Lord Brahma is the supreme God.
Yes, sir.
You follow?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Question from Greg. Hare Krishna, I would like to know why Krishna wasn't born from Devaki but appeared as an adult and later he became a baby. Also, why he didn't die, although we know he is not an ordinary man. So, Krishna appeared not in the baby form because then Vasudev and Devaki will not understand that Krishna, God, has appeared in front of them. So to show them that he is God, because Vasudeva and Devaki were in a very frightened position of Kamsa's, intimidation. So in order to give them confidence, he appeared in his four-handed form, so that they will know that, he's God. Then on the request, he became a little boy and he ordered them to take him to Mathura. So this is Krishna's plan to Vasudeva and Devaki. Uh, why he didn't die? Because God, there's no death, no. How can God die? If we can send everyone back to Godhead, uh, then how he can't go back to Godhead? Doesn't make any sense. Hmm? Uh, so people who are, as Krishna, says, that for those people who are wanting to think that Krishna is an ordinary person, so he acted in an ordinary way. Yeah, that's how Krishna he acted out. So though some people want to see him die, so he made that arrangement. Hmm? But actually, Krishna is death personified. If death is running away from him, huh, then how he can die? Hmm? How he can die? Can see living beings who are entangled in complicated mesh of birth and death can be freed immediately even by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Huh? So how then Krishna will die, If death is running in fear of him. Huh? So these things you have to understand them that actually it is all done as a, to create the illusion for the non-believers. For the non-believers, Krishna made this arrangement so as to bewilder them. Yeah? Otherwise, why Krishna had to do all this? Hmm? Yeah? So here you can see this statement. My dear king, you should understand that the Supreme Lord, the appearance and disappearance which resemble those of embodied conditioned soul, are actually a show enacted by his illusory energy, just like the performance of an actor. After creating this universe, he enters into it, plays with it for some time, and at last winds it up. Then the Lord remains situated in his own transcendental glory, having ceased from the functions of cosmic manifestation. Lord Krishna Lord Krishna brought the son of his guru back from the planet of the Lord of Death in the boy's self-same body. And as the ultimate giver of protection, he saved you also when you were burned by the Brahmastra of Aswatthama. He conquered in battle even Lord Shiva, who deals death to the agents of death. And he sent the hunter directly to Vaikuntha in the human body. How could such a personality be unable to protect his own self? Huh? Hello? So if he can do all these things, then he cannot save himself from death? Does it make any logical sense? Huh? Hello? Hmm? Yes or not? Huh? Hmm? The Lord appeared in the mortal world by his internal potency Yogamaya. He came in his eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastime. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opinion, including Lord himself in his form as Lord of Vaikuntha. Thus, his Sri Krishna's tantal body is the ornament of all ornaments. This body of Krishna is transcendental. Krishna also said that in the Bhagavad Gita. Hmm? He said here, although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by internal energy I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So if it is transcendental form, then how there can be death? Hmm? Yes? Hello? Uh, how can we improve the quality of chanting and not think about other material things while chanting? So the best way is explained here, have you quoted many times. This is the solution. So here in this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also quote this verse from the Padma Puranam, Nama Aprada Yuktanam Nami Eva Rantyagam Avishranti Prayuktani Tani Eva Artha Karanicha. Even if in the beginning one chants the Hare Krishna mantra with offenses, one will become free from such offense by chanting again and again. Papaschayascha bhavati smarantam tam ahanisa. One becomes free from all sinful reaction if one chants day and night, following the recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is the solution. If you want to come out to become fixed up, then one must continue chanting. One chants day and night following the recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you just carry on doing what you are doing, and by, this all these things will disappear from your heart, You understand? It takes a little time, carry on doing every day you follow, then surely all these anarthas will disappear. Hmm? Day and night recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the method. You don't have to worry so much. It takes little time, but it will eventually get there. Hmm? So this is how we improve spiritually. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can we wear Kantimala even we are eating onion and garlic? Why are you wearing and eating onion and garlic if you know it is not good? Hmm? Should try to stop. Hmm? Even you wear or don't wear, but the main thing is to stop this onion and garlic, no? So the next question, my mother won't let me buy mala to do japa. I can be still do japa, chanting inside my mind. No, you can do chanting through your fingers. Or if you buy a counter, you can buy a mechanical counter and you can do it also secretly. So there is no way because doing on your mind is very difficult. That's why even the Goswamis, they are big authorities, the six Goswamis, they also chant on Mala, Sankhya Purnama, Adi Bir. They were keeping counting in the Mala. So the Mala is very, very important, but if you cannot use the Mala, then you can always count with your fingers. Or if you cannot do fingers, you can always buy a mechanical counter. In that way, nobody can see. You can always keep it somewhere in your hands and always be chanting with it. So that is better than chanting with your mind. Because very difficult to count while you are chanting with your mind. So you need some kind of counter. Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada, why does not Krishna punish us immediately when we eat meat so that we do not commit it further and suffer accumulatively in hell? So that's Krishna's choice, whether he want to punish you now or he want to punish you later. Uh, that is Krishna's right. So the main thing is to stop this meat eating. And why, if you know, before you get this punishment, you should repent and stop. Why you want to commit this violence? This is not very intelligent. Hmm? Yes. If you know it is poison, will you try to take it? I'm sure you will not try to take poison if you know it is poison. Similarly, this meat eating is worse than poison. Poison you only die, but this thing, well, you have to suffer for many, many lifetimes in hell. Very, very painful. So why we should do that? So knowingly we do this kind of offense, then our punishment will be very severe. Hmm? Yes, right or not? So intelligence, that's why knowledge is important. And the best way to come out is to humble ourselves and pray to Krishna to help us stop these sinful activities. Krishna, he says, if you surrender, I will reward. So if you surrender, Krishna says, I will rid you of all sinful life, do not fear. So the whole idea is to surrender to Krishna through the spiritual master. And that way you stop this program of eating meat and doing so many crazy things. Hmm? Yes. Hello. So we have to be intelligent. Prabhupada said there's three ways, three kind of people. One person will hear and he will not do the mistake. Another person will hear and then he is caught and is punished. Then he realizes, oh, I shouldn't do these things. Then there's a third class person who hears and is punished and still he doesn't change. So these are the three classes of people. Hmm? So better to be the first class when you hear, oh, meat eating is bad, no, I shouldn't do it. Then we stop, refrain. That's intelligence. Ah, why we should go into the second stage where you are caught and you're punished and then you realize, this is, for this second class is not so good. Of course, the third class is worse. He's always suffering and he doesn't care about it. Such a person are very grossly, conditioned by sense gratification. So better be the first one who hears, oh, this is bad, I shouldn't do it. Then I refrain. Yes? Hello? Hmm? Correct, to harm others. When a person does harming others, then the Lord will not be with him. There's no question of going to God if you harm others. That's not possible. Krishna says everybody can come to me except the meat eaters. Huh? He said that everyone can come to me except these meat eaters. Huh? Give me a minute. 10:04, I think. I'm locating this verse. It says, everybody can come to me except this meat eaters. Nirvittita 10:14. Right here. So in this verse you can see glorification of Supreme Personality Godhead is performed in Parampara system, that is, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those who no longer interested in false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Description of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification except the Lord, except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? So, in other words, if a person who is eating meat is called a butcher, he cannot, go to God. It's not possible. because he won't like to hear about God and God's pastimes. He will not. So such a kind of person, you will be least interested, you know. And the Lord will also not be interested in fact, the Lord gets very angry with such person. Hmm? How can a religious system that produces envy of oneself and of others be beneficial for oneself and for them? What is auspicious about following such a system? What is actually to begin? By cursing pain to one's own self due to self-envy, and by cursing pain to others, one arouses your anger and practices irreligion. So when you are practicing irreligion, how you can go to God? Hmm? How is it possible? It is not possible. Hmm? So therefore, meditators, they are not possible for them to go to God. Hmm? Yes. Okay, the Lord is says here. My transcendental body, Sachidananda Vigraha, looks exactly like a human form, but it is not a material human body. It is inconceivable. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on my body by my own sweet will. My heart is also spiritual, and I always think of the welfare of my devotees. Therefore, within my heart can be found the process of devotional service, which is meant for the devotees. Far from my heart, I have abandoned irreligion and non-devotional activities. They do not appeal to me. Due to all the transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabdev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities. So if you do violence, then you're practicing irreligion, and the Lord is, keeping that far from his heart. Huh? Understand? And they do not appeal to me. The Lord doesn't like these things. So if you do something which the Lord doesn't like, then how you can go to Him? It is not possible. You understand? Therefore, these four vices, meditating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, these are considered irreligious activities. Hmm? So we must learn how to go far away from this thing and get purified. Hmm. Especially meditating, committing violence to other living entities. It is not recommended, because if a person has a heart, uh, how he can do these things? Uh, this is also explained here by Narada Muni. Narada Muni is also explaining this point. We can read together. Narada Muni said, among all the attraction of material enjoyment, the attraction of riches bewilders one intelligent more than having a beautiful bodily feature, taking birth in aristocratic family and being learned. When one is uneducated but falsely puffed up by wealth, the result is that one engages in wealth, in enjoying wine, women, and gambling. Huh? unable to control their senses, rascals who are falsely proud of their riches or their birth in aristocratic family are so cruel that to maintain their perishable bodies, which they think will never grow old or die, they kill poor in animals without mercy. Sometimes they kill animals merely to enjoy an excursion. See? So you see how this is what they do. Hmm? While living, one may be proud of one's body, thinking oneself a very big man, minister, president, or even demigod. But whatever one may be, after his death, his body will turn into worms, into stool, or into ashes. If one kills poor animals to satisfy the temporary whims of his body, one does not know that he will suffer in the next birth. For such a sinful miscreant must go to hell and suffer the results of his actions. See, Narada Muni is saying, while alive, does this body belong to an employer, to the self, to the father, the mother, or the mother's father? Does it belong to the person who takes it away by force, to the slave master who purchases it, or to the sons who burn it in the fire? Or if the body is not burned, does it belong to the dogs that eat it? Among the many possible claimants, who is the rightful claimant? Not to Satan this, but instead to maintain the body by sinful activities. It's not good. Hmm? Well, this body, after all, is produced by the unmanifested nature and again annihilated and merged in the material element. Therefore, it is the common property of everyone. Under the circumstances, who but a rascal who claimed his property as his own while maintaining it, he commits such sinful activity as killing animals just to satisfy his whims. Unless one is a rascal, one cannot commit such sinful activities. See how Narada is saying, unless he's a rascal. Atheistic fools and rascals are very much proud of wealth, fail to see things as they are. Therefore, returning them to poverty in the proper ornament for their eyes so that they may see things as they are. At least the poverty-stricken man can realize how painful poverty is, and therefore he will not want others to be in a painful condition like his own. Yeah? You understand? By seeing their faces, one whose body has been pricked by pins can understand the pain of others who are pinpricked. Realizing that this pain is the same for everyone, he does not want others to suffer in this way. But one who has never been pricked by pins cannot understand this pain. So therefore, we should not go and do all these kind of crazy things. Hmm? If you eat meat, that means you are asking for a lot of trouble. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Hmm?
Yes, bro.
So the vegans are claiming that drinking milk is cruelty. How do we understand about it? Does the child drink the milk from their mother? Hello? Does the vegan child, drink the milk from his mother? Hello? Hmm?
Yes, bro. The question from YouTuber.
Hmm. So, milk is given by the cows. It is when given by the cows, the devotees take the milk and offer it to Krishna. And then the cow gets the benefit because his milk is offered to Krishna. Yeah. And so when we take the milk after it's been offered to Krishna as prasadam, so the cow benefits, you also benefit. So what's wrong with that? Hmm? What's wrong with that? Hmm? Even ordinarily, if you just take the milk and drink, then yes, you are implicated by sinful activities because you should not be taking something which is not offered to Krishna. Yes, but Krishna says, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, uh, Krishna says here, Yat karosi, yat asnasi, yat johosi, dadasi, yat tapasi, sikauntaya, tat kurusva, madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat here, whatever you give away or offer, whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Hmm? So how when the Lord is asking, you can give. So he's asking you to give fruit, leaf, flower, water. Hmm? Of course, then you may say milk is not mentioned. Hmm? Not mentioned here, but it's mentioned in other place. Huh? In another place, Krishna says here, within his means, the devotee should arrange to offer me sugar candy, sweet rice. How you make sweet rice without milk? Huh? Ghee, how you get ghee without milk? Huh? Saskuli, rice flour, cakes, apupa, various sweet cakes, modaka, steamed rice flour, dumpling, filled with sweet coconut and sugar, samyava, wheat cakes made with ghee and milk. Huh? How you make something here? Wheat made with ghee and milk, huh? And covered with sugar and spices, yogurt. How you get yogurt? Hello? Huh? Vegetable soup and other palatable food. So here Krishna is saying, you can give me all these things. So how are you going to give Krishna when you reject, like the vegan, milk from the cow? So our idea is to satisfy Krishna. Krishna said, whatever you eat, you offer it to me. So when you offer that to Krishna, that cow gets the benefit, the vegetable that is growing, plant that is growing the vegetable get benefit. Everybody, every living entity benefits. You understand? But if by not giving to Krishna, then how are you going to help the living entity progress spiritually? So this is stupidity. They only think in the terms of the cow is, they are taking the milk and the giving pain and the cow is getting in pain because he has taken lower birth. So to elevate the cow's life, one should give the result of that cow to Krishna. Then the cow will benefit. Hmm? You follow? Hmm? So because they're giving this thing to Krishna, then therefore they are benefiting. Yeah, that's the whole idea, to serve Krishna. But if you don't want to give to Krishna, then what is the use? What is the use? Tell me. Hmm? Yes. And this is the problem. They don't understand. Real compassion means to bring the conditioned soul towards Krishna, to help. That is the greatest welfare work. But they don't know. They don't know nothing. Speculate is some kind of, crazy, huh? Or some kind of crazy question, crazy philosophy, which got no, any scriptural understanding. Huh? Yes, this is the problem. Because they speculate. They are speculating, they don't know what is good, what is not good. Huh? The whole thing is created by Krishna. And the living entities is put into different species. And unless they get a chance to serve Krishna, how they can come out of their karma? Hmm? Yes, correct. Hmm? Yes. Hello.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Um, so unfortunate because they don't know how to help. That's the problem. They don't know how, what to do, what not to do. Uh, correct? Unfortunate, no. Correct. So unfortunate. Yes. Huh? Correct. So therefore you need to know. Uh, they don't know if you don't drink the milk of the cow by offering it to Krishna as Krishna Prasadam, how much benefit you are giving to the cows, to the person who collect the milk, person who, so all of them, because they're doing devotional service indirectly, they all benefit. So that is the purpose. That's why the devotees are so important. That's why the Brahmanas are so important, because they offer everything to God, Krishna. So everybody benefit. We pluck a flower, we offer to Krishna, right? And Krishna likes the flower. And the flowers plant that gives flower, that soul is also benefited. Can you imagine if you are trapped in the body of a cow or a flowering plant or what? How are you going to get yourself purified? Unless somebody helps, offer the results of your result, I mean your milk or your flowers or your fruits or whatever. And if the person takes it and offer it to Krishna, it is like you offering your fruit to Krishna, but you cannot do it as a plant or a cow. How are you going to do that? So there must be an intermediary person. So that's a devotee. And he does that. Then the cow, what kind of karma we have done, we have taken the body of the cow. So immediately the cow gets benefit. So this is called welfare activities for others. You understand? Whereas the vegan, they don't know. They don't believe in God anyway. Because they understand cruelty to the cow. Ah, but by abstaining from drinking that milk, you personally you may stop drinking the milk. But the cruelty of the cow will go on. Whether you drink or don't drink, the man will sell the milk to somebody else. And at the end of the day, the cow also will be killed, inevitably. So, if you offer the result to Krishna, then the cows will get benefit because some or other he has served Krishna. Don't you think so? Hmm? Hello? Huh? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So they have to understand this, Yes, very unfortunate, They don't understand. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the follow-up question for this killing the animals, that other things, other insects or ants, while cleaning while performing the household activities. So killing so many other things which are uh, how we take those results, Prabhu? How?
Just give me a minute. I just show this verse.
Sure. Yeah.
Of all the devotees, this Govardhan heel is the best. Oh, my friend, this heel supplies Krishna and Balaram along with their cows and cowherd friend with all kinds of necessity, water for drinking, very soft grasses, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the heel offer respect to the Lord. When touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, Govardhan heel appears very jubilant. You see, by offering it to the Lord, huh, a person's life becomes successful. Correct? Just by getting in touch with Krishna. You see, my dear friends, as Krishna and Balram pass through the forest with their cowherd friends bleeding their cows, they carry ropes to bind the cow rear legs at the time of milking. When Lord Krishna plays on his flute, the sweet music causes the moving living entity to become stunned and the non-moving trees to tremble with ecstasy. These things are certainly very wonderful. So if there's all these trees and all, if they get a chance to associate with the Lord, they become very much purified. Yes? Hello?
Yes, bro.
Hmm? So what is the question again on the meat eating?
Yes, Prabhu. This question is related to the other insects, knowingly, unknowingly, we are killing so many other things like while walking or while cleaning the houses. So this how we take results of those killing.
So that's why we have to chant Krishna's name. That's why Krishna says in this verse, Krishna is saying here, सर्वधर्म परित्याज्य मामेकम शरणं व्रज हम त्वं सर्वे पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. So Krishna is saying here, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful activities. Do not fear. So this is the declaration of Krishna. We are daily doing so many things, killing, water you open and insects are dying, you open your mouth, you also killing. You eat also you are killing. Everything is killing is going on. You stab also killing. So Krishna said, don't worry, you surrender to me. I will deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So this is Krishna's declaration. How this is done, that's Krishna's business. Our duty is to surrender to him. That's what he asks. Just surrender unto me. So we do what God is asking us to do. And how these other things are going to work, that's his business, not my business. Yes? Hello?
Yes, bro.
Huh? You understand? So this is how we surrender. You understand? Like a child, he surrenders to the parents, and how his food is coming, his clothing is coming, his so many things coming. The child don't worry. Does the child worry about all that? No. Everything is automatically arranged by the parents. Similarly, if we just surrender to Krishna and wholeheartedly devoted to following his instruction through the spiritual master, then yes, we don't have to worry how this has all been done. Hmm? In fact, Krishna says, those who are sinful, if they are surrendered to me, they are considered as great personalities. Isn't that? Hmm? Krishna also said like this. Hmm? Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Even though we have done so many nonsense, but if we take up this devotional process, Krishna considers the person as saintly. Hmm? You understand? Not only that, he says, by taking up this process very quickly, he will become he quickly become righteous and attains lasting peace, O son of Kunti. Declared boldly that my devotee never perish. So Krishna is giving the declaration. Krishna will protect him. Hmm? So the solution is to become Krishna conscious. Then everything falls in place. But if we are not Krishna conscious, then everything becomes messed up. Hmm? Everything becomes problem. Hmm. You have to pay daily for everything. Why we should get into that situation? Hmm? Yes? Yes or not? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
Is that understood?
Understood. Yes.
Any other questions?
Hey, Krishna Prabhu, I do have one question.
Yes.
Um, when you're performing karma yoga, like when you're working and everything, um, is there like a side benefit, like um, you get some sort of realization and everything while you're working? Is that one of the reasons why of karma yoga is used?
No, when a devotee understands that Krishna is God and he works and he gives the result to Krishna, then he's not performing karma yoga.
Mm,
Understand? He's doing devotional service. Understand? Because he's serving Krishna. But if karma yoga means that you are doing this karma kanda thing, like going to the heavenly planet, doing some activity to worship some demigods and going to some higher heavenly planet, that's called karma yoga. You understand? But if you go to Krishna, that means you are actually not performing karma yoga, you're performing devotional service. You follow? Hmm?
yes.
So when you give your result to Krishna, that means you are doing devotional service.
Uh, I was uh, then that clears it up because I was thinking karma yoga is just like the beginning of the devotional service.
No, because you are offering the result of whatever you're getting to Krishna, then that's not karma yoga, that's devotional.
Um,
Correct?
mm, yes.
You understand? This karma yoga means you are promoting yourself to the heavenly planet by the karma kanda rituals, like, offering to the demigods and going, doing all this thing. Explained
Mm,
here in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also explains. So here Krishna explains us what is Karma Yoga. Those who study the Vedas and drink the soma juice seeking the heavenly planet worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reaction, they take birth in the pious heavenly plane of Indra where they enjoy godly delight. This is karma yoga. Hmm?
Hmm.
When they thus have enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the result of their past activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal plane again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principle of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. So this is called Karma Yoga. You understand? Hmm? When you
Yes,
come
it's
to
it's
Krishna,
very clear.
when you come to Krishna, then you're doing this devotional service. Because you may be, having to work in a place to get some money and all that, but you offer the result to Krishna, then you get to purify yourself. You understand that? Hmm? Yeah?
Yes,
So because
yes,
for some reason you have to work, all right, there's no problem, you have to work. Hmm? But if you offer the result to Krishna, then you are fortunate. Hmm? Right?
so isn't that like alloyed devotion? It's like it's not like 100% like spiritual, like the six not the six, nine processes of devotion, like archanam, um um Vishnu Smarnam, Archanam, Sevanam, all this, it's like that's 100, but like this is like, mixed. It's like the beginning, right?
Naturally, it is not pure, but over time,
Mm.
everything takes little time, A child cannot walk immediately, he has to crawl and, you have to learn how to walk on his four legs and all that, no? Correct?
Yes, true.
Takes little time. Yeah. So someone has to start on the lower level. Correct?
Yes,
Because it will take little time. But you are still doing it with Krishna. So that's the thing. Right?
yes.
Hmm? Yeah.
Now, another question is, you get realizations when you're doing devotional service, like 100%, like in the temple and everything. But when you're working, do you get some sort of semblance of the realizations, or you get it later when you're like fully?
Definitely, when you work with all this, you're definitely not going to be easy.
Mm,
I mean, making money is not so easy. Correct?
yes,
Yes or not? So,
yes,
it, so that way we learn that, how important that devotee association is. How nice, I can just not work and just be with devotees. Correct?
mm,
So that will give us an impetus to improve ourselves. Yes or not?
yes,
Correct?
yes.
Yes or not? Hmm?
This is a fact.
So here you can see this verse. So Prabhupada is saying here, according to the Vedic principles, one should rise early in the morning, take bath, chant Hare Krishna, offer Mangalarti to the deities, study Vedic literature, take prasad, engage in dressing and decorating the deities. One must also collect money for the temple expenditures. Or if one is a householder, he must go to work in accordance with the prescribed duty of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. In this way, one should live a life of spiritual understanding. This is the Vedic way of civilization. One who does not follow all these rules and regulations is called a Yavana or Malacha. You understand this point? Hmm?
Yes.
So you have to go to work. Yeah, you go, but you give the result to Krishna. Work
Mm.
under the guidance of the spiritual master, then you should be okay. Hmm? But if you
Yes.
use the hard-earned money for your sense gratification, then that is not good. Hmm? You understand?
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, of course, some people have to do work. Some people, if they can become, completely renounced, that's also, good. So according to your status, you know, correct. So
Yes.
everybody can go to Krishna, not that only some can go. So the moment you understand Krishna is God, then that's devotional service. It may not be, on the higher scale, but at least you are there. Hmm?
Yes.
You understand?
Mm.
Yeah?
It makes sense.
Any other questions?
I did have one, but I forgot.
What is that?
I No, I was just saying I had a question, but I forgot. Maybe someone else can ask. But thank you, Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
Okay, anybody else got a question? So,
Yes, one more question.
mm,
Yes, I remembered.
mm,
I'm very much, like bottom rank Peru, but like, can I still make artwork? Because I'm realizing that like I'm making offenses as I'm trying to, follow the process. And I feel so that like if I make some sort of artwork of like, the deities and everything, it feels though that like there should be some sort of qualification, like Prabhupada. He put qualification for someone to even write poetry. Like he has to not eat too much. He has to, like be controlled. He has to be all this. So I feel so like if I have to make, if I want to make artwork, I have to feel that like standard, but like it's their standard.
no, the standard is this, as Prabhupada said here, the standard is this. You wake up in the morning, correct?
Mm,
This is the standard. If you can just wake up in the morning, if you cannot do anything else, you please just start chanting your rounds.
mm,
Everything will come back in order. If you get Krishna in the center and then you will follow the spiritual master instruction while waking up and chanting your rounds and taking Krishna prasadam, then you see everything will come back in line.
mm.
That's all it is. But if you don't do this, then how everything will come? Then it'll be difficult, correct? Hmm?
Impossible.
Hmm. So all you got to do is wake up in the morning and chant your rounds. And if you can just take Krishna prasadam, then your mind will not be contaminated.
Mm.
That's all. It is not a very big rocket science. That's why they say chant Hare Krishna and become happy. Correct.
Mm.
So once you are connected to Krishna, then everything flows. Hmm?
Close.
You understand? Everything
Yeah.
is right. When you moment you get yourself connected to Krishna, because you don't do that, then we get into a lot of trouble and problems.
Mm.
The way out of it is that, yeah, I am fallen, that who is not fallen? All gotta do is just get one who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness, can have neither transcendental intelligence nor steady mind. without which there is no possibility of peace. How can there be any happiness without peace? So the solution is to get connected. How to connect?
Mm.
That you know. Pick up the beat back and chant. Never mind anything, all these other things are all okay. You just chant, humbly praying to Krishna, and Krishna will pick you up again. No problem.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh,
Thank you.
you understand?
Yes,
This is the secret,
100%.
yes, secret in devotional service, you know. This is the best method. Hmm?
Yes.
Having awakened, faith in narrations of my glory has been disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification lead to misery, but still been unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he sometimes engage in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification lead to a miserable result, and essentially repents such activities.
Mm. Yes.
Hmm?
Sincerely repents.
That's all. And if a person is down, then the only thing left is to go up, no? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
There's no more going down further. Down is down already, what more you want? Correct?
Yep. Just get a higher taste.
Just pick up and then move on, Understand? No?
Yes.
Maya is so powerful, not that everybody, immediately can overcome Maya. So yes, we become humble. Krishna is teaching us some lessons of humility. We take the lessons, we bite the dust, but we change. As Krishna says, anyone who chants my name cannot perish.
Mm.
Hmm? So we should
Thank you, Prabhu.
become very, of course, everybody, not only you, everyone should become humble. Because Maya is so strong. Hmm.
Yes.
And if you play with Maya, you can expect your hands to get burned, no?
This is a fact.
So what to do? Correct?
Mm. Yes.
So that's where we learn how to depend on Krishna. We learn how to cry for Krishna. Dear my Lord, please help me. I don't see any other shelter than your lotus feet. You please. So in this way, we understand our position in a humble way. Then immediately Krishna sitting in our heart, he can rectify many things. Krishna is God, no?
Yes.
That's all he requires, humility, Krishna says. Correct?
Yes.
Why Krishna is putting me in this situation? Because I'm such a rascal. Uh, I don't
Mm.
have any good qualification. I must be suffering because of my sinful activities. Hmm?
Yes.
So Krishna, you please help me. That's all. Krishna is so kind. Hmm? Krishna
Mm.
is not unkind, he's very, very kind person. Hmm? Uh, Characteristically, the Supreme Personality Godhead does not take seriously an offense committed by a pure devotee. The Lord accepts whatever small service the devotee renders as being a great service that is prepared to give even himself. What to speak of other benedictions? Hmm? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Purushottama, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even if his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord, The Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are his great qualities. Yes. So we should learn how to. Yes.
This is a fact.
So we should keep the faith. Stand again, even though something has happened, what to do? Pick ourselves up again, chant and pray. And this again, Krishna will give us the strength.
Thank you, Prabhu.
All right. So anything else?
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Anybody else got any last question before we close the session? Right. Looks like nobody has any more. Huh? Okay. So thank you so much for all your wonderful time.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for your kind association being provided for us, as usual, every week. So by enlightening, by your knowledge, enlightening us and answering all each and every question, please accept our humble obeisances. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, all glories to all of you,
Ah.
all glories to Prabhupada, Jai, Jai, Om, Premanand.
Hare Krishna. Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare Krishna.